Welcome to BBC News Now. We begin with the breaking news that Iran's supreme leader has appeared on state television claiming victory over Israel and downplaying the impact of U.S. airstrikes on his country's nuclear program. It's the first time Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has appeared in public since the ceasefire halted days of missile and airstrikes between the two countries. And with me here in the studio is Siavash Ardalan from BBC Persian, part of BBC World Service. Siavash, we've heard rhetoric from the United States and from Israel on what's been happening between Israel and Iran. Now more rhetoric from the supreme leader of the country. Just to analyse for us what he's been saying.
Well, it wasn't a public message. It was delivered, pre-recorded in an undisclosed location, which is where he probably has been since the beginning of the war, when the Israelis numerously tried to talk, at least spoke of assassinating him. Predictably, he presented Iran as the victorious side in this war, very much along the side of the narrative that state media has been pushing over the past 2 days since the ceasefire came into effect, that Iran managed to defeat Israel, managed to impose a peace both on the U.S. and Israel. So the supreme leader here congratulates the Iranian nation on two counts, on counts of defeating Israel, crushing Israel, and also on defeating the United States, making direct references to President Trump's statements yesterday about the Iranian attack on the U.S. military base, saying that that attack, in fact, did inflict damages on that military base, and the fact that the U.S. became involved in this war in favor of Israel indicates and is proof of the fact that Iran was winning.
And saying that the U.S. president needed to do showmanship. That was the quote from the Ayatollah. It's going to be interesting to see how the U.S. Defense Secretary responds to these comments in the press conference we're expecting in the next hour. And how, Siavash, does this set up potential talks between the U.S. and Iran that Donald Trump alluded to yesterday?
Well, we know the talks are taking place next week. That's what President Trump said yesterday. Now, depending on whose side you listen to, President Trump made it sound very easy. We're just going to hand them a piece of paper. They're going to sign it. We destroyed their nuclear industry. They don't have a nuclear weapons capability, so there's nothing really to talk about. There is no need really to engage in very deep, lengthy negotiations. Whereas what the Ayatollah is saying is very different. He is saying that U.S.'s attacks did not inflicts significant damage on Iran's nuclear centers. Very much at the same time when in the U.S. it's embroiled in its own controversy over how much damage has been inflicted. He said it didn't inflict significant damage. The issue of nuclear enrichment was just an excuse for an attack. He didn't say that Iran will continue to stand by the enrichment issue, but he